Tools and Twisties. Hey, I wanted to do a special edition Super Bowl Sunday. I was watching the Super Bowl game, and it occurred to me that's a fairly uniquely U.S. event. Yeah, they watch it in other parts of the world, but American football is a big deal to us and not a big deal in most other parts of the world. And it made me think about some other things that are made in the USA. And I decided to take some of my US-made tools and throw them on the bench, and it got a little bit out of control. And I'm going to have a fun project putting all these tools back. But I thought I'd talk a little bit about current USA-made tools and some past USA-made tools and what I have, what I like, what I use. It's not meant to be a comprehensive tool review, but more just a survey of what's out there. Maybe we'll start with these Craftsman. These are some Craftsman made in the USA box end wrenches. I've had these for a long time. They've been used quite a bit, and I like them. Sets back over there. And yeah, really, really nice wrenches. I don't use double box offsets that much anymore. There's so many new style double box wrenches that are ratcheting and flex heads and all sorts of other things that end up taking the place of these. But I'm sure glad to have these in my box and kind of really enjoy them. And I have plenty of other Craftsman made in the US wrenches, more in standard sizes than metric, and I don't use standard a lot, so they don't come out of the box a lot. But obviously the old Craftsman raised panel wrenches forged in the USA. I have quite a few of these. They're around here somewhere. Mac. I have some old and some new Mac wrenches. Here's an example of a newer Mac wrench. A bunch more over there somewhere. There's the raised panel Craftsman right over there. So Mac wrench. Nice. I don't have a lot of Mac tools. Proto. Some of their stuff has gone offshore. I still have a full set of Proto flare nut wrenches, which I actually picked up fairly recently. You can see the finish on these new Protos is the same as these Protos that are no longer available. I wanted to warranty this one out because it's rusting through, but it's not made anymore. And if I send it back to Proto, I'll get some Taiwanese made copy. I'd rather have a blemished USA made one than a Taiwanese copy. But these Proto flare nut wrenches are still made in the US, really superb. These are some of my oldest wrenches. These are Blue Point Supremes. These are very early snap-on wrenches, and back when they didn't make separate snap-on wrenches. If you wanted a socket set, it was Blue Point. A wrench set, it was Blue Point. If you wanted sockets, it was snap-on. These are from the 1950s. If you look up the date codes on them, they come back from the 1950s, and I have a full set. And again, I use these a lot. And recently they've sort of gotten less use because I've just picked up so many new sets of wrenches lately, and some of them are really great. The new anti-slip designs. These have zero anti-slip on them, but really well made, beautifully made, US made box end wrenches. I don't think we talked about the Wright grip. These are a relatively new set of metric wrenches. Wright's still made and forged in the USA, still superb quality, anti-slip. These are some of the wrenches that, we'll probably replace these on, when I go to grab, if I need an open-end wrench, I'll just grab a combination. The Wright grips, what else do we have for wrenches? I have a lot of snap-on wrenches that are in standard sizes. I have a full set of these midgets. And they're beautiful, they're nice. And I'd love to have them in metric as well, but there's no way I'm paying the current pricing for snap-on metric wrenches. Here's an interesting one. This is in Eastco, forged in the USA. It's the only Eastco wrench I have. Let me know if you have some, if you love them, you hate them, whatever. This wrench will probably rarely if ever get used, but stays in the collection. It's there. What else do we have? These are kind of cool. These I just had these warrantied out, so they look brand new because they are brand new. But these were ancient. I don't know, does anyone still use this style of ratcheting wrenches? Coarse tooth, exposed tooth, really heavy duty. The fact that they're first of all metric, or not metric, they're standard, and second of all, in this sort of old ratcheting wrench style, rarely if ever get used. But they had sat around and they got really gummed up, and Snap-on sent me. I just wanted them to to clean up the ratchets in them, but they ended up sending me a whole new set of those. Kind of cool. What do we got in the background there? We have, well, let me go over maybe some snap-on wrenches. I've got my snap-on 1/4-inch spinner with a female handle. Love it. My only snap-on hunter tooth, but it's the round head style. Not bad. I know people don't like the hunter tooth as much. You know, of course, I have plenty of snap-on ratchets. I really like in the, that's an icon, not a snap-on. Snap-on 1/4-inch indexing. This is one of my favorite new wrenches. I picked this up last year. Love it. I love it in the push-pull design. Love it in the offset. Snap-on roto head. Snap-on little 1/4-inch breaker bar. A couple snap-on 1/4-inch bodies. 1 3/8, 1 1/4-inch. More snap-on breaker bars. A snap-on T-handle. 3/8. Snap-on flex head. I have a few of these. I've used them forever. Another snap-on flex head. Snap-on 1/2-inch, and the Williams 1/2-inch, you know, very similar. One's very coarse, 36 tooth. One's a dual 80. Very nice. Of course, I like my T-handles. Got the 1/2-inch snap-in T-handle too. Of course, snap-on extensions. I didn't pull everything out, but I tried to pull out a sampling of everything. Craftsman, old US made Craftsman pry bars. I like these. I have a full set back there, you can see. And the big Lang USA made, that's a new one. Lang still makes in the US. I'm not sure if they make it themselves or if it's a Wilda or Mayhew. But there's still some companies that make some tools in the USA, like those Chief air hammer breaker bars and, I'm sorry, the bolt breakers and the pin punches made in the USA, I think by Mayhew. See, you got Tekton still makes a bunch of stuff in the USA, these red heart handles, the pry bars and the picks. Really like these, made in the USA, reasonably priced, very, very nice. Of course, I have, you know, snap-on picks as well, made in the USA. A super old set and a super new set. So yeah, people say I never use my tools, but you know, sometimes I just have a new version of a tool, and when I'm filming, I'll show the new version, and you know, the one that's been around for 20 years in the toolbox doesn't get pulled out as often. Another set of Mayhew picks, full-size picks. You got to be careful with some of these companies. Like Mayhew still makes a lot of tools in the US, but not all of them. These Mayhew Dominator, I think, what are they? Oh, Pro Grip. These are made in the USA. You can see it says USA right there. But I bought some other less expensive Mayhew picks, not made in the USA. Bondhus T-handles. I have a full set of these, a couple sets actually. Still made in the USA, still available, reasonably priced. Ball end. You know, snap-on pliers, of course. And the yellow handles of the cats. I just did a video on those recently. You can check it out if you want to see it. But I like snap-on pliers. I usually pick them up, and you know, this style here is, you know, there's now an Icon version that I like, but Icon hasn't cloned the smaller one, which is really, really like quite a bit. I don't have a lot of Klein tools, but I have some. These are actually new Klein strippers made in the USA. Sockets. We got, you know, old Craftsman swivel heads made in the USA. These are SAE, so again, they rarely see the light of day. They're thankful for me taking them out, but these are old. I don't know if they're V-Series or not. They're probably V. Yeah, they're V-Series. Old Craftsman V-Series. More old Craftsman V-Series SAE. You know, again, I just don't work on old American cars that much anymore. I don't need a lot of SAE tools, but you know, I'm going to keep these Craftsman probably forever. Somebody will get them. Plenty of snap-on sockets. Snap-on 1/4-inch. These little ones are cats. Again, I just did a video on cat tools, but they're you know, cat equivalent snap-ons made by Snap-on. But 1/4-inch snap-ons in the back there. We have the 1/2-inch snap-ons. Over there we have a full set of 3/8-inch snap-ons. What else do we got? We got the trusty Cook hammers made by Capri. These are a new pickup. I have a video coming on these soon. You know, they're more expensive than the Harbor Freight versions, but They're nicely made, dead blows, you know, made in the USA, hot cast hammers, and really nice, really nice. This is my favorite. It's the kind of the short-handled one, and I have them in soft face and these double flat heads. Nice hammers. What else we got? We got a Matco ratchet. Not my favorite, made in the USA. A lot of people love these. They're nice ratchets. I don't understand why they make this locking mechanism so damn hard to turn. You know, I showed this Icon, which is not USA made, and you know, they copied the design, but they did a better job. So why Icon can do a better job on their flex head locking mechanism than the Matco one that they copied, beyond me. But this is an Ulsa made in the USA ratchet. Super smooth. One of the lowest back drag ratchets I own, quite honestly. Even compared to Koken, this thing has like no back drag at all. It's a flex head. It's a nice ratchet. You know, I probably tend to grab a snap-on more often than this. If I need something like that, I'll probably grab the snap-on. Yeah, it's definitely smoother than the snap-on though. And I should use this more. It's a nice ratchet. What else? We got some snap-on torque wrenches. I think those are Precision Instruments. Back when Snap-on was having the torque wrenches made by Precision Instruments. Actually, the first one is a Precision Instruments, and then there's a Snap-on digital. Not the new style, not the torque angles. I'd love to get those, but they're sort of silly expensive. And a Snap-on split beam back there. So what else we got? We got some Crescents. You know, Crescent tools, I don't know how much Crescent is still made in the USA, but, you know, I have a bunch of Crescent wrenches that are all made in the USA. I have even more. And, you know, again, I don't use these that much anymore. You know, the Knipex plier wrenches and the Knipex Cobras just are so good these days that, you know, I'll grab these if I, you know, got to go fix a faucet, a hose bib somewhere outside. And, you know, maybe I'll get left outside, leave that outside. I got these old rigid. These are don't get used a lot either, but Robo grips. Who remembers that by Rigids? But these are made in the USA. It says, it's probably hard to see, but yeah, it says made in the USA right on the thing there. So kind of cool, you know. I mean, there's some innovation there. Let me know if you think, does anyone still make these or this style of pliers? Not sure. Patent expired, nobody picked it up. Hey, an old Snap-on speed handle. Nobody uses these anymore, but these are cool. You know, I mean, people grab their electric impacts or their electric 1/4 inch or, you know, whatever, their screw guns. But this used to be what you used when you wanted to get something out quickly to spin it out. And this was an old one that was in my toolbox, and it was all jammed up. And I cleaned it up and I lubed it, and it looks like new now. I think this one is also from, see if we can spot the date code on there. I think this one is likely from the 50s. We'll look it up. 50s. This is an old one. Definitely an old Snap-on tool. You can tell by the logo. It's pretty old. What else? We got an old Craftsman plier wrench. Or I'm sorry, water pump pliers made in the USA. Lots of Hex. Chesco, made in the USA, standard T-handles. I don't know if they still make tools or not. I don't know if they still make them in the USA, if they do make them. But these are all made in the USA. Very nice. Made in the USA. Punches. A lot of companies still make punches. Dasco punches, still made in the USA. Actually not very expensive, but, you know, full set of Dasco punches made in the USA. This is a pretty ancient tool. What is this? This is a Herbrand? Yeah. It's actually pretty smooth. It's not bad. Not bad for, I don't know, this has got to be 1960s. And I think I have a matching, yep, matching extension for it. So, yeah, you know, nice knurling. They don't make tools like this anymore. I mean, Koken makes some knurled ratchets like this, but this is not as low tooth count as you might think. maybe like 30, well, I don't know, 36, 42. I guess that is pretty low. But it's remarkably smooth, considering I haven't touched this thing in years. So that's it. That's, see, we got everything. More cat tools here. More snap-on, metric, hex, cat, snap-on, Torx. This was a pickup that I just made. Check out my recent video. I have some snap-on flare nut wrenches, some Mac and Matco angle wrenches over there. Yeah, just a little bit of everything. So at any rate, I'll probably spend the next hour at least putting all these tools away. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a, you know, a U.S. Super Bowl Sunday, made in the USA special edition. Let me know what your favorite brands are. Whether you're, you know, in International World Cup, I want my tools made in Germany and Japan, and, you know, I don't know if Taiwan has a World Cup team, maybe. Or, you know, your diehard, it's got to be made in the USA for it to be any good. I do a little bit of everything. You know, I think that Harbor Freight makes some great tools. You know, these Icon wrenches for the price are great. But there's still a lot of U.S. tools made. I mean, Tekton is still producing stuff. You know, Mayhew still producing some good stuff. You know, cat tools, you can buy U.S. made tools at very reasonable prices. You know, Snap-on, of course, but semi-ridiculous prices. I think this Ulsa is about $100, which actually is not bad. This is so smooth. I'm going to start using this more. That's one of the smoothest, lowest back drag ratchets I have. Need to try it more. So that's Tools and Twisties with a U.S. tool sort of overview. Let me know what you like. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next on my videos. And thanks for watching. We are out.